up, y'all? Hey, a few days later, I put that little valley cover on yesterday. I still gotta put them knock sensors. The knock sensors are just in there hand tight. I gotta put a little blue Loctite on them and torque them to about 20 foot-pounds, I believe. And I gotta come put this cover on, and I gotta come put this harmonic balancer on. Just giving y'all a little heads up. It's Wacky Wednesday today, so I gotta make that little video. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to link that to this video, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Let me go ahead and get started. I gotta put that cover on. I'm gonna do that on Wacky Wednesday video, so next time y'all see me on this video, it'll probably already be on there because I'm gonna do it recklessly. Let me see what happens. I don't know. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Later, y'all. Alright, y'all. I just put that front seal in there with a little bit of RTV and some light hammer work. Let's go ahead and slap it on that engine. Alright, y'all. So I went ahead, wet up my little gasket for y'all. I went ahead and put my gasket behind that cover. Now I'm installing it. Hey, but just a word of advice. Leave it loose. Because you want this thing to be able to move around a couple thousands while you sliding that balancer on there. Couldn't think of the word for a second. You're going to see what I'm talking about once you start working that balancer on there. It's going to want to pull that lip in. You want to make sure that lip seal perfectly tight around that OD of that balancer. OD stands for outside dimension or diameter. Alright, y'all. What you got to do next is put a little bit of oil around here. And go ahead and get it started, and you're going to need your pusher tool, which is essentially nothing but a piece of all thread. Piece of all thread with a nut and some washers. And it's going to walk it on there. Then you pull that out, put your OG nut or your new nut. I said nut. I meant bolt. What a cuckoo head. You're going to put your new bolt in there. Torque it down to spec, which is a crazy high number that I can't even think of. It's like 18 foot-pounds and 140 degrees, something like that, which is outrageous. And that's it. You got your balance on. Way to go, guys. You guys are great. And this thing is neutral balance, y'all, so they don't have a particular way that it goes. It just goes. Make sure y'all in there good bit of thread so you don't rip the threads out the front of the crank. That's never good. Let me go run and get a deep 15, 16 socket. Be right back. Just make sure y'all don't pull y'all lip. If you notice that lip start to roll a little bit, you can go ahead and turn your crank a little bit. Sometimes it'll pop it back out. And then just keep monitoring that. Normally, once you're in, it's good. You just got to get past that little lip. I think I'm good, yeah. I don't like seal leaks, so I'm very finicky about making sure my seals are good when I'm going back together. And you can typically tell when it's seated. The impact will sound a little different, and it'll just stop moving. So give it a couple extra little ugga-duggers, and you should be good. Yeah, y'all, this ain't nothing but a piece of all tread I bought at Napa, and a nut and some washers. Nothing fancy. You can reuse a old bolt, but I like a all tread. I like a stud. I like a stud muffin on it. Sock it to me and sock it to Khalid. That's it. Now put it to the side for the next time, y'all. I always buy me a new bolt, y'all. They're too cheap, and you pretty much got to because they torque to yield bolts. Meaning you got to stretch them. I got that at O'Reilly's Dorman brand, part number 917-139. Brand new bolt. Don't quote me on it, but it's something crazy, y'all. It's like 15 foot-pounds with 140 degrees something. I'm going to do a little research, and I'm going to get back with y'all. Let me do a little bit more research. I need to see if I got to put some. I don't think I have to put in. Maybe some light oil on them treads. That's a good question. Let me do a little research. I'm going to get back with y'all then. All right, y'all. So it's 37 foot-pounds, 140 degrees, dry, no lube. I'm trying to think about how I'm going to reach 140 degrees quickly. I'm not sure if I want to use a breaker bar or my 3/4 impact. 140 degrees comes out to about 2.3 flats on that bolt. So if I can get 2.5 flats, just shy of 2.5 flats on a bolt, that's where I'm going to be good at. Let's see what I can do, y'all. All right, y'all, check out what I did. I took a wrench, I used a harmonic balancer bolt, and I wedged it up against my engine stand so it can't rotate anymore, right? Also, this is a dry bolt install, no lube. All right, let me torque that bad boy to 39. All right, she's torqued to 39 foot-pounds. All right, I don't know how well y'all can see that, but I marked my flat, 1 flat, 2 flat. This thing lines up right at about 2.5 flats. So I gotta bring this blue mark to here. Let's see if this thing will get it there. And there y'all go. Balancer bolt is in there and torque to spec. For this, I typically like to use my impact because it brings it there very quick. I find with a breaker bar, you might be gone, and then the second you stop and try to go some more degrees, it'll lock up on you. So I like to use that 3/4 impact. Zap, it gets me there, and I'm done. I'm out of there. Well, all right, that's put my little hour in for the day. Did my little Wacky Wednesday video. Also help y'all out along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for the day. I'm going to go inside, edit some videos. See what tomorrow brings me, y'all. Later, y'all. Oh, and one last thing. Once that's on, don't forget to torque these to 20 foot-pounds. What up, y'all? Back in the shed today, Friday. Come and finish up this engine because I'm really tired of looking at it. I gotta put the rear cover on, put that rear main. I gotta put that barbell in there. I got a dang stiff neck. I must have slept wrong, man. I'm almost 30 years old. My body must be catching up with me. Lower back, upper back. It ain't looking good for me, y'all. Look, I can't even go back with my neck right now. Oh, well, I'm trying to get this engine done. Tired of looking at it. Trying to get back into my big shed. Because this little shed gets my vibes down, bro. It gets me kind of like, I don't feel like going. Even though I got air conditioning, I'd rather be in my big shed. I feel like the Dixie Chicks when they was in wide open spaces, yeah. Let me get going, y'all. Y'all see that barbell right there? I always pull that stock plastic one out of there and put a metal one that's got a tighter machine tolerance with an O-ring. What I do to pull that out is I take a drywall screw with a drill and I screw it in there. There you go. All right. Now that drywall screw is in there a little bit, go ahead and pull that thing out of there. That's a stock barbell, O-rings worn out. This thing evidently has like a couple thou loose fit in there, and it can let unfiltered oil pass there before it goes through the filter. So I always put a metal machine one with like 1 thou clearance in there. Check me out. I always buy this one here from Sac City Corvette. It's my go-to. I'll put a little squirt of oil on that O-ring and a little oil there. I'll rub it in. It also got a 1/4 20 threaded hole on the back, so if you ever want to pull it out, you just thread a 1/4 20 bolt and you can pull it out. Man, you can see how perfect of a fit this thing got to this board, y'all. Minimal clearance, so no unwanted oil gets past. Now you just gotta push it in. Sometimes you gotta tap it in. I try to push it first so I don't mess that O-ring up. There it went. You heard that little boop. Once you hear that little boop, it's in. All right, y'all. After I take a small amount of RTV, I go ahead and put that in place. Sometimes they just drop in place. You ain't even gotta do nothing with them. And that right there is why I put a small little thing of RTV around that. I don't trust how loose that seal is in it. All right, go ahead and pop this out. It has some grease on it. It has some grease on it. Go ahead and just double check that, spread it with your finger. I always put a little bit of oil on the end of that crank too. Barely start a bolt now. Get your rear main seal on it. And that's it. Go ahead and finish putting your bolts. And this back cover, they get torqued to 23 foot-pounds. Alright, y'all, once y'all torque them to 23 foot-pounds, your rear cover and your rear main seal is done. Alright, y'all, next, put that thing back on the engine stand, flip it over, and we're gonna put that oil pan on. But first, I'm turboed, right? So I can't put it on just yet. I gotta mark where I want to put my turbo drain return line at. That's gonna be interesting. I think I'm gonna go out the front with it by the harmonic balancer. We'll see. Shit, I almost forgot, y'all. Gotta put that windage tread back on there. It's gonna say rear to the back of the engine. Then you can go ahead and start your pickup tube. All right, I got the windage tray on and filler tube, torqued it all, 20 foot-pounds. Put the oil pan on because I gotta see where I'm gonna put my drain line for my turbo. I think I'm gonna put it right here somewhere. Passenger side. Look like the best option. We gonna see. All right, so after a little digging around in my drag car parts boxes, I found a few things I could use. I just reordered them for the drag car after, so I can finish this motor up right now. I got a 10 AN, a 1/2 inch MPT. Let me flip that camera. I marked where I want it. I got a drill and tap that. As you can see, it clears. It clears that harmonic balancer. Then I'll just do a 10 AN straight fitting from the turbo. Straight fitting here. It should be good to go. All right, so I drilled a hole in there. Next, I'm gonna come tap it. Then I could put that in there. All right, tapped it out. Plenty of meat. I'm gonna put a little thread sealing on there. Perfect. Plenty of room. There's nothing gonna be in the back of this, so the oil is just gonna flow. Oil is just gonna flow down the pan, back in. Just so y'all know, for y'all turbo build, where to put that drain return line at. All right, y'all, got my oil pan torque, 18 foot-pounds, 105 inch-pounds on them ones in the back. You can see my little hole here. I had to barely take a little metal off the top of that bolt. Come on. Fitting was hitting it. Yes, indeed. See how good it clears the balance? All right, I think at this point in the build, I'm gonna roll this thing into my big shop to put the head studs in. I actually have to rebuild the heads with new seals, springs, the whole 9 yards. I need to copper coat the head gaskets. And I don't know. I feel like I like working in the big shop better, so I'm gonna roll that thing in there and we're gonna get something going on.